my dears. It always looked like a buffalo to me. Right there, see it? And then this looks like an all-seeing eye. It's just, I love this. I think it's a polychromite jasper. This is what I use for Jupiter on my board, and today we're talking about Jupiter. This is welcome to my Jupiter in Gemini, my all signs reading. I want to offer a full understanding and just kind of disclaimer, I guess, for lack of a better term, that my only concern today is Jupiter. This is a year transit, and there are massive, significant shifts that come during this transit that might come through for each sign. It might be something, it's not my full focus. My full focus is for this channel and for this channeled message, what Jupiter is doing and going to be highlighting for each sign. So I just want to offer that because we have massive planetary shifts. I have the North Node, South Node shifting. I have Neptune shifting. I have Saturn shifting. I have Pluto finally ingressed into Aquarius after its little dip down in Capricorn later on this year in 2024. So this is a full year. We're talking about Jupiter goes into Gemini on the 25th of May, 2024, and it ends its transit in Gemini. What is it? What's the date I have here? The 9th of June, 2025. That's what we're doing right now. So I have both of those, planetary alignments open. They're right here with me in my notebook, my handy dandy notebook. But I just wanted to highlight that that's massive change. So I just want to offer that information at the beginning, and also highlight that please look for where 0 degrees of Gemini to 0 degrees of Cancer actually falls in your chart. That's the reading that I want you to focus on first. What do you mean by that, Sarah? So this is the general astrological wheel, which starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. And they are, as you can see, whole sign. So the first house is just Aries. Second house is just Taurus, just Gemini. But for example, in my chart, Gemini starts in the middle of my 7th house and goes into the middle of my 8th house. So I can watch for Scorpio rising, Sagittarius rising, Capricorn rising because that's my moon sign, and Aries rising because that's my sun sign. So please, if you are interested, go grab your birth chart, find out where these points are actually falling in your chart, and then watch for those videos. You can watch upwards of 4 videos, sun, moon, rising, and then the other rising that really incorporates the other chart. So if you're confused by that, just send me a line and we'll talk about it. This is just, I'm so excited about this transit. I already did a full video just for myself so I can watch it later on this, or next year basically. And it's like my birthday readings that I do, like a year ahead birthday readings, and they're so much fun. So let's get into it. And because this is a year-long transit, I might not put down the moon. I might not put down the sun. Like I have the day, the 25th of May open, and then I have the 9th of June, 2025. 25th of May, 2024, and then the 9th of June, 2025 open. I have exactly where the planets are going to be when Jupiter goes into Gemini and then when it goes into Cancer. But I might not put them all down because this is huge change, huge shifts. So I'm just going to see what comes through. Yeah. I don't even know. I have no idea how this is going to go. No idea how this is going to go because it's such a big shift. So let's see. Let's get started. And I just need to express gratitude for my guidance team and my life because this is what I get to do. This is just what I get to do. Yeah. I love what I get to do. This is like a blessing to be able to channel this information for you. So I'm just jazzed about it. All right, I'm gonna Palo Santo a little bit. How you doing? If you'd like to go grab a coffee or tea and some water and hang out with me, if you'd like your journal, by all means, go ahead. I would definitely recommend just hanging out with me and listening first before you take a ton of notes. And this is a year transit, so please save this video. Come back and watch it as many times as you need. Ooh. All right, the guides are here. Let's get going. Let's get going. Let's get going. Ooh. Aries rising. Home, mother is shifting and changing. And I know that that's normally the fourth house, but this is big deal stuff. This is big deal stuff. This is big deal stuff for you, Aries. There's been a lot of value shifting in the past year because Jupiter was in Taurus for you, and Aries sun, moon, and rising. Please watch for your rising sign first, like I said, and then your sun, and then your moon to get the vibration. I couldn't highlight that more. I want you just to listen. If you're an Aries sun or an Aries moon, I just want you to listen. You're really coming into your own right now, Aries. You really are. There's some deep SHIT that has been feeling like, it's kind of like Scorpio, like what's next? What ridiculous thing could possibly happen next? Oh, buddy, you have no idea. You have no idea how weird it's going to get for you. We're placing down where the planets are for the 25th, and then we're only going to look at the big planetary shifts that are coming until June 9th. So what do we got? Oh, I didn't even introduce the planets. I'm so sorry. North node, south node, right over here. North node's in Aries and the south node is releasing in Libra over here. This is Black Moon Lilith finishing up its transit in Virgo. This is Pluto. Honestly, it was based off of a Christmas critter from South Park, if you know, you know. And we're retrograde at 1 degree of Aquarius over here. This is Saturn, Neptune, 29 degrees of Pisces. You're feeling that right now. You're feeling a wave of newness coming. I need you to rebrand fame because fame is shifting. And for a lot of my leaders, entrepreneurs, influencers, that is shifting in a way that I need you to really understand that there's a lot of father, mother stuff going on, Aries, where it's like you're trying to prove yourself and like I was right the whole time. Whereas that is the mother and father that lives within you. This is Chiron in Aries. This is Mars in Aries. This is Mercury in Taurus at 14 degrees. This is Uranus in Taurus at 25 degrees. This is Venus, Gemini, 2 degrees. I'm placing them down, moon in Cap, and the sun is in Gemini. I don't even know if you can see it. There we go. There we go. So, my guys are saying that although the fourth house is, cultural family roots, this is mother and father wounds, this is ancestral wounding and things like that. This year for you is actually about reparenting yourself and understanding what it is that you do want and need in this world. There's some deep, deep, deep wounds that you are healing, have healed, are going to heal, and you're going to be given a lot of opportunities this coming year, Aries, for you to step into your own as the really empowered adult that you are. And, I spoke of that a little bit in my Gemini season introductory video, which is called Senior Year. Definitely go check that out, which I know is a month transit, but that I want you to look at as a preview for right now, where you are a master of your craft. I'm having a full body chill. Whatever it is that you're here to do, Aries, your soul knows how to do it, and there's not so much that you have to worry about. It's like there's no do. There's no it's like you're an artist, you're a magician, you're a mystic, you're a this, you're a whatever it may be, but it's this broad brushstroke, this ambiguous term. I'm hearing getting paid to travel, getting paid to show up, getting paid to hang out. It's very you get paid to exist type stuff in a way that might not fully make sense. And that's, check your human design, they're saying, full body chill. There's a lot happening for you right now, Aries, that It's really mastering your inner child and inner adolescent that's going to be all right, they want me to give you this parable because it's popping into my head, which is like, pretend that like you don't have to become famous, but like you meet someone who has a very big platform. You meet someone, and I'm using these terms and they're like, these are just human terms, but it's Aries, so it's fine to say. You start dating someone who's very well known. And so you don't have to worry financially. You don't have to worry about what it is that you do. You don't have to worry about all those things. But then like, you do have to worry about, they're just showing me like you on the red carpet and they're like, sir, like, look at the, oh my God, you know, Aries, can you move from the picture for a minute? Aries, can you get out of the picture? And it's like, you have to understand, like, your ego could take punches in a way that it's like, you're that blessed that you don't have to do anything. But your ego is taking this punch because you're like, I thought I had to figure all this out and I've been doing all this stuff and that's the father issue. That's, you know, the career, the legacy, that's up here. But if you don't have to figure it out and you're in that space where I don't have to worry about money, I don't have to worry about what it is that I do, I just get to frolic and like live my best life. Yeah, you do. So do that now. And try to let go of a little bit of the egoic attachment that's been going on for you. They're also like, are you getting enough facials? Are you getting enough like the gua sha thing and like really be working on releasing the tension? You know, Aries runs the head. And so releasing the tension in your face. This is about bouginess. This is about stepping into your bouginess and your comfortability. For my Aries men, I'm seeing a handshake. Someone sees you and invests in you and really helps you nurture and nourish like what it is that you're here to do as a warrior. Like my Aries men, sun, moon, rising, I really would love for you to look at. And I have to also give a disclaimer that like I am not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor in any capacity. Like look at your testosterone levels, make sure that you're not wearing like very, very tight polyester like underpants and stuff like that. Stop drinking tap water right away. Look at some detoxification from sugar and, you know, processed foods, seed oils, like take the things out of your body. If you choose to ingest spirits, that's your own business. I'm not talking about that in capacity, just make it a ceremony, but processed foods, sugar, and look at your testosterone levels. And really, like, I want you lifting. I want you like really stepping into your own Aries men. Yeah, Aries ladies, you've done enough. You've done enough. Really, like, I'm just seeing the like yin and yang symbol where you're like, you had to be in your masculine for far too long, Aries. And so this is going to be a toughie. This is going to be a toughie to really step into that, like spend time with your siblings, spend time at home, really do that in a way that feels so great. I'm just going to take these away and show you where the outer planets are going to be on the 9th of June, 2025. This is why. You're going to be here. Neptune and Saturn will be in Aries. North Node and South Node will be here. Pluto will still be retrograde, but it'll be in 3 degrees of Aries. Uranus is at 28. And you're going here. You're also run by Mars, so I'll put Mars down here. 25 degrees of Leo. Yeah, this is about house and home. The work that you do this year will create it so that you are financially in the best place that you've ever been. This is a lot. That's a lot. And you'll be able to have the safety, the security, the comfort that you need regardless. You're buying property, buying land, building a house from bottom, like soup to nuts, like the whole thing. You have the money to do it. Yeah, you're shining. This is very exciting. I'm very, very excited for you. That's so beautiful. That's just so beautiful. Aries, this is a big year of you stepping into your masculine or stepping into your feminine and really honoring it. Like full hog honoring it. I'm excited for you. Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, rising. You're going to be jazzed about this one. Taurus rising, especially. Okay, Taurus, there's some greediness that your guides want you to really honor right away, because this is your house of money and value and access to resources. But I want you to go talk to Aries or go watch that Aries video that just happened, because this isn't so much about like you're gonna get all the paper and all the things. It's actually going to be about you reassessing your values and why you want so much. A lot of you, this is a very specific message, and I really love you. And this is heavier than I thought it was going to be, but they want you to know that, like, in the same way that you've transformed. Okay, so if you want money just to give it away, they're never going to give it to you. I'm sorry, and I love you. If you want money to start a charity, if you want money to do something for the collective, if you want money to like create a wellness center, then that's what this is about. Then I get that. But if you want money just to give it away, just to be like, I have all these debts to pay and I have to do this, and this person was nice to me, and it's like, what? They're never going to give it to you. They're never going to give it to you. If you want money because your values are in check and they're in order and all is well right there, and you want money to live, it's almost like, oh Jesus, it's like if you want money just to live a bougie lifestyle, they're like, done. That serves the collective. But if you want money just to say thank you for something that somebody gave to you, there's some specific people out there that's just not the way to do it. You are worthy. You're worthy. Homeless and penniless and jobless on the side of the road. And that's a specific message for some of you. So Venus is a chart ruler for you. So I'm definitely placing down Venus. Venus is in there. Lilith is here. Mars is in Aries. They like don't even want all these planets out for you right now. They really want you to check yourself before you wreck yourself right now. And know that, like, I want you to spend some time truly before this transit or during the beginning of this transit, this summer, summer of 2024 or winter 2024, depending on your hemisphere, really reassessing your values right now. There's some teenager stuff going on. There's some, like, truly, it's if you want paper to live a bougie life for yourself, they're like, yes, do that. Amazing. Because that vibration is for the collective. You can step away and meditate for the planet. You can send love and start healing circles and, host dinners and do all of these things that, like, to be bougie is such a blessing on this planet, because that's the way of the new world where everybody is bougie and everybody has everything. But this is egoic. For some of you, not every one of you, but there's some ego really tucked in there to say, if you want the money to be like, I had to pay this person back, they were so generous to me, then send them a thank you note and put your heart and soul into it, and that's it. Like, they need you to cut those karmic attachments to lack right now, because that's sorry, my throat, this is tough to say to you, Taurus, because it's really pure and it's really beautiful. For a lot of you, to have the desire to want to pay someone back is so lovely. Like, that's pure, but that's also like you're telling God that I'm responsible and I know better and I have to do this. What if that person was meant to not have that money? What if that person was meant to pay and that debt was paid? You know what I'm saying? And that person, without that financial capacity, now they have new things coming in, but you're saying, no, God, I know better. I have to do this. What if that debt was paid? What if that debt was paid? What if that debt was paid? So now looking at the 9th of June, 2025, we're going to be coming into new community, new friendships, new wishes for the future, releasing in the 5th house of play. Saturn and Neptune are going to be in your house of soul purpose. And then Jupiter is going to be going into your house of communication, language, early learning, and short trips. And Venus, when Jupiter goes into Cancer, Venus, because this is your chart ruler, is going to be at 3 degrees of Taurus in your sign. Holy crap. Holy crap. These are new communities, new things happening over here. Being able to effortlessly communicate your values and understand them. I also want to give you this parable because this was a harsher reading than I had expected, but my guides really, like, they want you to know that you're so loved and that you don't have to worry about that person. Like, you did everything that you were meant to do. Everything is a give and exchange of energy, and to give is to receive, and to accept is to give. It's all a give and take. But when you say, I have to be the one to run this, and I know better than the universe, that is when you lose things. Jupiter is expansive. So if it's expanded, it's like, look how big it is. It fills up the whole board. Like, you can't even see what's underneath it. And so sometimes we can get clouded. This can be indulgent, overindulgent. And so reminding yourself that I don't have to control it, because when these heavy hitters are, join up with Chiron and Aries in your 12th house of soul purpose, you're going to have to say, okay, universe, God of my understanding, I'll go where you need me to go. I'll heal where you need me to heal. I'll do what you need me to do. I'll help whom you need me to help. But you don't owe anybody anything. Remember, in the new world, we all have infinite money and we all have infinite time. So we don't have to save anyone. We don't have to do anything. Take care of yourself right now, Taurus. Take care of yourself. That was a super specific and very intense message for this time period. But I also want it to be relieving, where if there's somebody that you're like, oh my God, I just have to pay them back. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. Like, Taurus, they're saying like a lot of financial systems are going to go kaput during this time period as well. So just be aware of that like in, the younger generation, they really understand that. They get that a lot of things are just going kaput. So just know you don't have to control it. That was a weird one, Taurus. That was really interesting. I didn't expect that. So Gemini. What a year. This is your John Travolta year, honey bunches. It's a good time. Mercury is your chart ruler, so I am going to put Mercury down for both. Whoa. They're honestly like saying like the sun and the moon are irrelevant right now for this, because that's just the way that's the way love goes. Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini moon. This is going to be a very, very powerful year for you stepping into very new types of relationships, new types of friendship groups. They're saying your mastery will be seen. Your mastery will be seen. Some of you are moving or will be moving during this transit, or will be traveling for work. I see some of you, if you're in the States, maybe going over to Europe for a little while, or, depending on who is watching this, like going to a different country and staying there for a little bit, but like in a really good way, they're saying. This is about self. This is about you. This is about grounding. This is about balancing those Gemini scale, or not scales, pardon me, that's Libra. Balancing the twins, balancing the you and your brain, balancing all of the different capacities, balancing. They're saying grounding every single day, like your mutable air energy. So making sure that you're not just studying all the time, that you're just laying down on the grass. Like I just see you starfishing out on the grass for like hours. And look at the clouds. Yeah, this is going to be super powerful. Definitely go watch the part 1 that I did. This is about what you focus on will expand no matter. The guys are saying they know what to do. They know what to do. This is a very... Look back at the last time that Jupiter was in Gemini. This is like a 12, 13 year transit. So definitely go back for, depending on how old you are, and see what was happening the last time. This is going to be big. It's going to be big for you. It's also going to be... Yeah, they're showing me like really have a grounding practice. For some of you, having someone to talk to, someone to really experience talk therapy with would be advantageous. Like a healer, a therapist, but someone to just process with. Not a friend, someone who's not involved and invested in that you pay money for. On June 9th, 2025 is what we're going to right now. Some of you, you're going to be given ideas to write books. Yes, some of you are going to be writing. Some of you are going to be collaborating. Some of you are going to be learning. Some of you are going to like very specific schools. Like I'm seeing someone like learning how to be a surgeon. Like definitely make sure that you are aware that... How do I say? Like, I want to get like a yoga certification, a yoga teacher training certification. I just want the piece of paper. I just want to be able to charge money to do that. So I'm going to do it probably this year as just an online program, because I just need the piece of paper. I, for a while thought like go to Thailand and go there for 6 weeks and do all these things. But when I travel, I want to sink into relaxation and adventure and getting to know, the people. And really, I don't want to be stuck in a classroom the entire time. So if you want to be a surgeon, go into that program. If you need a specific certification to do what it is during this time period that you have to do it. But if you don't need that piece of paper, look at your relationship with your father before you move forward and ask yourself why I'm doing what it is that I want to be doing. Some of you are going to be a part of new communities. I see a lot of you traveling to do very charitable work, like helping with community centers. I see some of you like traveling to other countries to help open a community center or open a healing center, like being a part of that team and then leaving and coming back home. But I see some of you really going on pilgrimages this year or next. Like this is an incredible time. I love how big these messages and these images are that I'm getting, Gemini. It's a really cool time to be you. So please spend some time in the water. Sorry, I'm blushing. These aren't for children, but like I see some of you going to like a nude, like I see some of you just like bathing outside or just like being like just nude under a waterfall and like really looking at your body. Yeah, this year is like can be because the first house is about self. So looking at some body image and just knowing that you're perfect exactly as you are. If you're keen to be healthier and stronger, then that's totally different. But like for females, like we have a little pouch because we have intestines down there, and we're human beings. So definitely look at whom you idealize as far as, Gemini females mostly, as far as like what is your beauty standard, and then set it on fire and look at yourself in the mirror, and that is your new beauty standard. That's the way love goes. And this is for most everybody, but a lot of people between now and 2027 are going to be meeting their divine partner. And I don't use the term soulmates. I don't use the term twin flames. This is just the person that your soul contracted to, enjoy life with. And it can be vibrational a lot of the times, like we as souls contracted different people to be in our lives. But, I've had soulmates that, it was bad. It was not fun. It was intense. But our souls mated to be able to heal those things in this lifetime. So, cool. Cancer sun, Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon. Your guides are going to be unlocking certain knowings within you. And some of you have the energy of like 1,000 suns. And it's really just like you're like, I got to get on with this. I got to do something. I've got something I'm birthing. I got something that I'm creating. And you're being gifted like a lot of energy. They're showing me that you're being gifted a significant amount of extra energy right now. And so you're run by the moon. So I'm going to place her down. They're saying nothing else. Okay, so Jupiter in your house of soul purpose, healing, closures, and coming home. I also want you to definitely look back and see how your community changed from the Jupiter in Taurus transit. It probably expanded the relationships that are meant to be and couldn't mess those up if you tried, and removed a lot of people that, oh, this is interesting. A lot of you knew and your gut was going off, and you chose actively in the past year not to remove certain people, and you tried to like fix it. Cancer, you're run by the moon. You're the mom friend. So I'm just saying I love you. And you're like, you couldn't offend me. I know I did. I did exactly what I did. So look at that. And then use that, go back to those moments. And this is what I like to do with my clients, where if, I'll just use the parable of a breakup or a friendship breakup, like that one person, pick one person and, go back to when the relationship, when the situationship, when the whole thing ended. And then I want you to go back to where your gut went off and said, this isn't for you. This isn't for you, and how far back that was. So it's like where you are now, and then the ending of that friendship, relationship over here when Jupiter was in Taurus, and then when you knew it was actually supposed to end, like how long that was. And then for Jupiter in your house of soul purpose, now you know when you get that gut reaction, when you get that experience, when you get that like bing that goes off in your ear. I'm hearing like the Eckhart Tolle ding. Like when your ear is ringing, when that thing is going off, I want you to say, that is my gut. That is my God of my understanding telling me this is not the person for me. I don't have to explain it to them. I don't have to coddle them. I don't have to break up with them or fire them in the way that I used to. I'm just not going to go down that cul-de-sac and rabbit hole. I'm just going to say, wow, it's so nice to meet you. And that's it. You don't say anything else after that. You just don't say anything else after that. Now we're looking at June, technically 9th, 2025, but this is going to be an incredibly expansive time for you. The moon will be in Sag that day. Yeah, some of you will be traveling. Some of you will be doing some very interesting things, but your energy, you're going to get a lot more energy. It's not about addictions. There's nothing that you really have to remove from your life, Cancer rising. They just want it to be ceremonial. They just want it to be ceremonial, whatever it is that you do. Pluto in the 8th house This is a 20-year transit. They're saying expect inheritances beyond what you could ever imagine, knowing that, you know, the person that left it to you, with great power comes great responsibility. You'll be known amongst your circles, and it won't be, fame is so different. It's so different in the new world. And it's even so much so that it's like prophesized that we have like different intranets and like different, it's not going to be like worldwide fame and everybody knows you, but it's like within your respective community, you will be appreciated. And there'll be travel in a way that is so comfortable and so tended to that you don't have to worry about a thing. There's very little worry that I have for you, Cancer. This is very internal stuff. This is really beautiful. I'm excited for you. Maybe go talk to Gemini. And you might be pairing up to do things. You're like, their mind works so fast. Yeah, I know. I know 2 people in my life, Cancer suns and Gemini moons. Pretty cool people, so. Leo, I'm fascinated to see what's about to happen for you. This is interesting. I'm just clearing the board before I even look. It's Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Community. Friendships. Wishes for the future. This is an Aquarian run house, usually. Leo, you're run by the sun, so I'm going to attempt to, I'm going to take the kumbaba away for a moment. I am going to put the sun down just for the day. They want Venus down. The guides would like you to go and watch the Aries Rising video and watch a lot of Aries Rising content right now. I don't know why. They're just giving me that. I don't know why. For you to understand that it's not just about you, and to understand that you're here to help others. You're not just here for yourself. You're here to help others. So this is, like I said, an Aquarian run house. Community, friendships, and wishes for the future. I love that that is run for you. You need very intellectual stimulation from the people in your life, Leo. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool. This is also going to be sextiling your, you know, whatever, if it's your rising sign, your sun, or your moon. It's 2 signs away. So Jupiter is going to be sextiling your Leo placements. That's very exciting. Find out when exactly that's happening because it is a year-long transit. Also look into your Black Moon Lilith placement. Lilith has been really humbling you as far as finances are concerned, which is really beautiful. I want you to look into that. Lilith is going to go into Libra, and this is very connected to the feminine. It has a 9-month transit. Research some Black Moon Lilith. I'd do that. This is going to go into Libra end of June, I want to say. 2025. And it's going to be in Scorpio on June 9th when this goes into Cancer. So I need you to look into some Lilith stuff because this has been a big teacher for you. Yeah, I'd look into Lilith. I'd look into Pluto. That's going to be fun. I'm very excited for you. Very, very cool. I'm just hearing you say, like, you didn't even give me anything. Where it's like, well, are you allowing other people into your life? Are you allowing other people to be a participant? And remember, okay, look at this grid. There's 12 pizza slices. You only have to worry about this. You only have to worry about your role in the community. You don't have to know everybody. You don't have to know all their ins and outs. You only have to worry about your pizza slice. And that's it. That's it. I want you to worry about your pizza slice and your pizza slice alone. Now I'm placing some stuff down for the 9th of June, 2025. I'm putting Lilith over here. The way you communicate is going to get just beautifully rocked. Pluto is going to be transforming your house of relationships for 20 years. So be aware that that's happening. They're saying, let go of how many people are at the table and just really appreciate those who are at the table and learn to love them and learn to nourish them and learn to just be with them and learn how precious they are. Like, nurture. My mom always said, if you can count on your hand how many people you have in your life, you're lucky, you're blessed, you're really blessed. This is morbid, so, and this is not for everyone, but there's, the North Node in the 8th house could be an inheritance. It could be certain things. There's a lot of, another saying I can say it, there's a lot of death all over the planet that's happening right now. The wise is the soul contracted that. I have so many videos on death. I'm in, offer death doulaing and, death spirit counsel, helping people with that capacity. And so if you just put into YouTube like Sarah Botticelli death, it'll come up with a bunch of videos. So that's okay. That's okay. When people choose to leave this planet is their own decision. That's not us to decide. That is not us to decide. Relationships, friendships. Some of you will find your person. And some of you are in the midst of choosing whether or not you're going to allow yourself to find that person in this lifetime. Interesting. They're saying like 18 years. So some of you some Leos who've had babies with people that are not meant to be your forever person, you are choosing to stay with them or in that relationships, however you choose to do it. And then when the kiddo is of age to like take care of themselves, then you'll move on and leave. So some of you are choosing that. That's just the image and the message that came through. I love you. Virgo rising, Virgo sun, Virgo moon. Some of you are not as healthy as you want to be and desire to be. Oh boy. So there's a significant amount of people that I know in my life that really want to homeschool, but they don't feel as though they can teach their kids. They'd hire you in a second, Virgo, is what I'm saying. So I see some of you going into a space of offering, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a nurse, whether like some of you are going to be going, they're saying going rogue because it's you and you're just so like, oh, what do you mean? I'm doing all these things. You're run by Mercury, so I'm putting Mercury down. Some of you are going to give yourself I'm painting the picture that they're giving me. So some of you work a job that you don't want to do. We've been talking about this in the my All Signs reading in my Patreon group for a few weeks now, where some of you are trying to play play like poker with your boss, with your job, with whatever situation that you're in. And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to stay here until I get my pension. I'm going to do this until I get that. I'm going to do this until I get that. And you're going to get probably, kicked in the teeth, or it's going to be enough times that you're punched in the face that you're like, I'm done. I'm better than this. And so during this transit of your 10th house of legacy, public image, and career, The 6th house over here is, daily life, what you do every day. So Pluto's transforming this for 20 years. So I don't want you to feel like this is like this incredible sense of urgency, but you're going to be offered opportunities this year, Virgo, to really step into a place of teaching, of offering a new way to do what it is that you already do. You're going to take the education that you already have and do it in a way that's brand new. Like, for example, every time, like some of the best nurses that I know in this world are Virgos in some capacity. Some of the best teachers I know are Virgos. There's a few people specifically that I'm thinking of in my mind's eye. Oh my God, it's not just them. But every time I have to go to the clinic and I go to the Minute Clinic, I tell the nurse practitioner there, I would love for you to open your own practice so I can come and offer this financial blessing to you and you alone to, nurture and nourish your practice, whatever it may be. I think it was a doctor that had told me that all you have to do is like work under a doctor's umbrella, whatever that may mean. I don't know. I'm planting seeds. I don't have the brass tacks of the information, but please look into it. Hire a lawyer and chat with them about what you can offer. And spend this year really being open to the wonder of working for yourself and having like a little cottage where people come and, if you're a teacher, like my kiddos come and I get to teach them directly, and then the rest of the day I have to myself, and then I don't have to go to the meetings, and I don't have to deal with this, and I don't have to deal with that, and I don't have to deal with some of you are really sick of like the fire drills and like the, like all that stuff. All that fear-based activity. Some of you are just done with it and you want to teach because that's your calling. June 2025. They don't want that. They don't. If you want that, but your guides don't want that. Mercury will be in Taurus. Yeah. That's why. Community, blessings, new relationships. Again, there's some detoxes happening. This is an exciting time to be you. And the next year of your life, your values are just going to shift so much, Virgo. I'm really excited. A lot of your guidance teams, for some of you, really want to connect and really want to talk to you and really want to be there for you. So however you do that, whether, you're would like to book a session with me, I'm always available for you. Send me an email and we can connect. We can do a channeling session and connect to your guides. But some of your guides really want to talk to you, but you're very much in your head, and it's your mutable earth energy run by Mercury, so they get it. But a lot of you really could utilize integrating a little bit more of a spiritual practice into your life. They don't even want me to call it the woo-woo. They want you to take it seriously. They really want you to take it seriously. Yeah. Every single person on this planet has a guidance team that is unseen. So know that. Just like you have a mentor, just like you have a boss, just like you have all these things, you have a guidance team in the galactic that is so beautiful and powerful and wonderful and just wants to help. It's your ancestors, Libra rising, Libra sun, Libra moon. I'm hearing applause in my head. And it's your team being very, very excited about the work that you're doing and have done. That was an intense transit for you. Holy geez. Holy geez. Okay. You're feeling that. You're run by Venus, so we're going to put Venus down. Some of you will be moving. Some of you will be moving. And I just see that moment where like you have your bag over your shoulder and you're looking back into your old apartment for the last time and you're closing the door and there's like such reverence and you're just like, Thank you. That was really cool. Thank you for that time. Thank you for holding space. Like, there's so much beauty and love. You know, this is quest, adventure, and long distance travel, higher education. Yeah, some of you are really stepping into a very powerful new role. Some of you have purchased property. Some of you are going to be purchasing property. Some of you are just crafting more. Like, there's such an exceptional level of, it's split. So divine masculine, a lot of my divine masculine Libras are going to be finding love. A lot of them are going to be purchasing land, property, and, you know, doing things that might not make sense, hosting parties. I'm just listening to my guidance team. Hold on one second. Some of you are going to really be nurturing and nourishing and teaching or having babies, like helping in a really beautiful way the youngsters of the world in a lovely, lovely way. My divine feminine Libras, you let them court you, really let them court you, and let them, like, a lot of love. I just see like the Google, like I just see like the cartoon version of like the little hearts in your eyes as you meet your divine masculine partner, and you're just like bink, bink, bink. Yeah, there's movement, there's moving, there's a lot of change. This is a big house. This is a Sagittarian run house usually, like, because you are, you know, the general grid is run by Aries, so you're the exact opposite. So this is normally run by Gemini, for you it's run by Sag, normally run by Sag, run by Gemini. It's exact opposite. So this is fascinating to me. Yeah, a lot of big stuff coming your way, Libra. And they're saying it's like a forever move. You've healed a lot of family stuff. You've healed a lot of different things. And they're really jazzed about that. The guidance team is really jazzed about that. This is why. Oh my God. Saturn and Neptune in your house of relationships. The North Node is going to be in your house of daily life. South Node is going to be in your house of soul purpose. And then Jupiter is going to be going into your house of career, public image, legacy, public life. On June 9th of 2025, Venus will be in Taurus right over here. This is so cool. So cool. Yeah, I just see you shiny. I see you so happy. I see you just enjoying yourself. They're showing me Mars, so I'm going to put Mars down. Mars is going to be in Leo over here. We do have a Mars retrograde, which is going to be like Leo. I don't think, yeah, I think it's just Leo, and that's the end of 2024. Definitely do some research on that. Yeah, they're saying all systems go, full steam ahead. It's really cool. Really cool, Libra. This is a 20-year transit. So some of you that do want kids will have kids. Don't worry about how old you think that you are. A lot of the times when you do this inner work, you just age backwards. So just be open to that. Just be really open to that, Libra. Could be fur babies, could be a farm. And they're just saying, Libra, the new world looks different for everyone. Just choose your flavor, choose your community. Just be open to what it is that you want, because it wants you to. My ear is ringing on that. Scorpio. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. And so this is going to be a very intense reading, but it's Scorpio, so I'm just giving that. If anybody is watching this that is not a Scorpio, just know that I'm talking to Scorpio right now, and only they and only Scorpio can handle what it is that I'm about to say. There's a lot of So this is the house of inheritances, deep transformation, shared possessions, death, rebirth, sexual stuff. A lot of you will be meeting your divine partner within this time in transit if you have not already. And a lot of you see death coming, and it is coming for a lot of people. And there will be unexpected deaths. There will be unexpected things that go on. And so just know that that's their choice to leave the planet. That's their choice. I just want you to know that the images that you see of the, brazen changes on the planet are real. Your intuition is spot on. So expect, big money coming in. I'm having a full body chill. They're saying like life-changing money where you don't have to worry about anything ever again, and that you get to really take care of yourself and your family and just calm your nervous system. Because you're finally at a place where when Jupiter transited your 7th house, where you're like, I can't save anybody. I really can only save myself. But by saving myself, I can be there for everyone. If anyone needs me, they know where to find me. If anyone needs help, I would help them out in a pinch. But I have no desire to, do the thing. I have no desire to be like, oh, I owe everybody everything and I have to pay back for my sins and all that stuff. You please go talk to Taurus and let them know how you feel. I love you so much. You're like, I can't help Taurus. They can help themselves and they can come to me if they need help. I love you so much. You're such a sassafras. This is really cool stuff for you, Scorpio. And again, I prefaced this entire reading where you're going to be able to have the sexual release. There's a lot of sexual activities that you've been wanting to do for a while, that for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising who are in divine partnerships, I really want you to entertain role-playing with your partner. I want you to really step into a very sexual space with them and honor them and worship them and try something new. I'm not kidding. This is your homework. For my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Risings that are not in divine partnerships just yet, know that this is going to bring them into your life if they haven't already. And expect that. And also talk to them like they're here and now, because they are. Stop pushing them away and stop being like, when they're here, I'll do this. Like, just start acting as if they're here and knowing that you are lovable, even, eating snacks in bed. And, the way that you like to be pleasured and touched is so okay. They're so okay to have the desires that you want. They're so okay. Like, literally, this is like, and only so many people are going to get this reference, but it's you, Scorpio. It's kind of like, remember in, it's like at first it was like, oh my God, what is it? Oh my God, I can't remember. Twilight, thank you. It's the parables of the vampires. When the vampires find their divine partners and they're just like, we're going off into the woods for like 6 months to a year and we're just going to do the dang thing for a little while and we're going to have a good time doing it. Yeah. So just expect that and be excited about it. Anyone else who's watching this, I'm sorry. When I talk to Scorpio, they were born knowing that a lot of people were going to leave this planet. So know that I'm not disassociated. I'm just giving them the reading that they need to receive right now. So please don't be judgmental of people that are leaving this planet. Their souls contracted leaving this planet. That was an active choice. When we leave, we came here knowing that we were going to die. So I'm sorry if that sounded disassociated in any capacity, and that I'm talking, that's the house. This is a Scorpio run house. So Scorpio is really like Scorpio. It was built for this transit. I'm sorry. It has a lot to do with Gemini, but it's in Gemini, but the 8th house is run by Scorpio. So Jupiter in the 8th house is a Scorpio run house. So just know that. You're going to love that transit. I'm excited for you. My Scorpio females, divine feminine, I would like you to be writing. I would like you to be creating and expressing yourself a lot more and recognizing that you don't have to figure out the way, the how, the any of that. I just want you to be doing it. My Scorpio divine masculine men, I want you to be looking at your exercise program. I want you to be hiring a coach. I would like you to have an accountability buddy, Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, moon, and rising men. I would like you to have a coach. I would like you to have someone that you can process with, someone that you can talk to, someone that is maybe 5 to 10 years older than you that have done the thing that you're doing. There's maybe babies coming for you. Maybe babies or fur babies. And a move. That's 2025. This is June 2025. Cool. Scorpio, I appreciate you. I just see you just like, okay, thanks, done. Closing your journal and just moving along with your life and just being like, yes. So if anyone is ever worried about people in their life dying, then every time you say goodbye to them, just say, I love you so dearly. I love you so much. Thank you for being in my life. I hope you know how much you mean to me. Sagittarius. This is very fascinating and interesting. So a lot of you Sagittarius, sun, moon, and risings have actually found your divine mate already. And this transit is going to be, they're saying like removing the people that are jealous or the people that are not meant to be here at the beginning. Sag, you're run by Jupiter, and this is in your descendant sign. This is going to be so cool. Mars is in Aries. They don't need anything else. Yeah, this could be you getting married. This is you finding also independence within your relationship so that there's like no more codependency. There's literally a book called Codependent No More. And there's also, I want to show you this book. This is the author. She wrote a book, Codependent No More. This has traveled the entire world with me. It's a daily book, a daily meditation on codependency. So it's just very fascinating that that came through, that I want you to look at your friend groups, because a lot of you have some latch or honor friends that are like, this is really specific. This is really specific that, you know, how do I say? I think every person is meant to live alone. And then, you know, there's a time period where roommates are appropriate and healthy. And then there's a time period where living alone is really healthy. And then there's a time period where living with your divine partner is the healthiest thing to be doing. So with all that being said, some people might stay in roommate situations because of financial fear. That's a paradigm. The universe will be blessing you and giving you opportunities to be moving in with yourself or with your divine partnership. And there might be there's like a roommate situation that for some of you is going to be ending, or some friendships that are going to be ending right off the bat. You're run by Jupiter, Sag. So this is you're very attached to this, and it's in your descent. Like it's a big time for you to be really recognizing that, you know, how do I say? Right now, I'm a Scorpio rising and I have Jupiter in my house of relationships. And, you know, I have not yet met my divine partnership. I'm very excited. I talk to him every day. I'm open to it. When that happens, I'm staying in my feminine. He's going to find me. I have no question. I've known that since I was a child, that he'll walk right up to me. He's going to say hello and he's not going to be intimidated. I'm the one he's been waiting for, and he's the one that I've been waiting for. So I'm not worried about that. But this transit has been really showing me very toxic friendships, toxic, you know, people like coming and going very quickly. And it's not even like toxic is the wrong word. It's like unhealthy codependent relationships and patterns. That's it. So that's exciting. That's exciting. That's really exciting. So this is going to be expanding relationships, but the important people in your life, it's seeing, God in another. So for my Sag, Sun, Moon, and Risings that have not yet met their divine partner, this is a time where you're going to be given so many opportunities. This is expansive energy. And maybe just dating, maybe just having those experiences of learning who am I in my relationships. And so many of you are just like, and you're releasing attachments to needing an open enemy, which is very exciting. So June 2025, some of you will be moving, some of you might be moving or expanding your home, your house, whatever that may be. I'm listening to my guidance team because they want to be specific with what they say to you. Saying, don't go watch the Scorpio video. Don't do it. That's not your reading. And that's not what this transit is going to be like for you in any capacity. Yes, there'll be a lot of money that comes in. Yes, there'll be an expansive of shared possessions, but just know that what happens for other signs is not what's meant for you. So don't think that the way that they're saying even the way that Sarah gives information to Scorpio is so different than what they give to you. This is fixed negative water energy and you are positive mutable fire energy. So the way that Scorpio receives information is so different than the way that you receive information. So know that yes, this is about inheritances. Yes, this brings big buckets of money and stuff like that. But they're showing me they're saying influencer payouts or things that you get paid to do that nobody else is going to get paid to do in a way that's just for you, dude. It's just for you. Movement. It's not even babies. It's what are they saying? Payouts. They're saying payouts. This is specific, but this is 2025. I'm giving information for 2025. Some of you were wronged way back in the day, and you're going to receive something for it. Some of you forgot about something gross, something something that you might have blocked out, but that someone got their comeuppance and you get to benefit from it. Somebody who wronged you that you chose not to be violent and you were just that moment where you're I could really attack right now and you didn't. God was watching. So that's so cool. Capricorn, I've been really excited to do this reading and I don't know what's gonna come out. This is daily life, practical service, the health axis. I'm just going to straight channel this. I'm going to sit down. Hold on. Because of the patience and the time that you've spent really just listening to your inner guidance and saying, I am feminine, I am masculine, I am. That is what your new pace is going to be. It's going to be a much slower pace that you are all very excited about. Are very excited about. There is no more of this fame. It is changing. And so the ones that need you will find you. The money that comes to you comes to all. And it is no more egoic. It is no more of the me, I have. It is about everyone and they have all. When no one needs you, Capricorn, what do you do? that is life now. Community is not as important as you ever thought it was. For some of you, your partner is not your partner. For some of you, your partner is your partner. For some of you, your partner is coming. For some of you, take as much time as you need to heal. But please choose to heal. Please go back and listen to that channel as many times as you need to decide what category you are in. Ask yourself before you eat sugar of any capacity, why am I eating this sugar? Why is work important to you, my feminine Capricorns? Your work coming in as a Capricorn was to find your feminine and to stay in that. Very much so for my Capricorn placements, my Aries placements, my Sagittarius placements, and my Leo placements. Those were important lessons that your soul chose to come in to heal. Being soft and feminine and taking out the braids. Letting your hair run wild and standing naked in front of a mirror and saying, I am as I am. If you do or do not have planets in the 12th house, they will be affected by this transit in a very interesting way. If you do or do not have planets in the sign of Sagittarius, they will be affected in some kind of way. Practicality is a very nice word, Capricorn, that you like to utilize a lot. Please change the planets. Capricorn, moon, rising, sun, you have ancestors that when you heal and step into your divine masculine warrior or divine feminine goddess, the whole line heals. Connect to them now, connect to them now, however you choose, with whomever you choose. The next few years, for many, are bringing relationships beyond your wildest understandings and dreams. Your ruling planet will be in your 4th house. It will be shocking your whole line and healing them all. They wish to connect to you deeply and dearly and be with you always as you walk down the streets. You are never alone. You are never alone. You are never alone. Thank you. Aquarius. Sun, moon, and rising. A lot of you know that work in the new world is so irrelevant. and that your sense of urgency to want to play more often is actually important. Spending time with your children, if you have them. If you are younger, they don't want any of those. This is really about play and joy and childlike spirits and children. So spend time, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, with your children as often as possible. Try homeschooling as soon as possible. Or, talk to Virgo and hire someone to teach your kids if you can't homeschool yourself. Pluto will dip back into Capricorn for a few more minutes between September and November of 2024, and it will fully be in your sign for the next 20 years. This is the deepest transformation. This is a slow burn over here. Some of you Aquarius youngsters are very special. Aquarius pets are very special. They're very important. And so a lot of you, maybe Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising men or women, if you don't have a family pet, look into getting one. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary to homeschool. It's scary to, do things in a way that doesn't have as much structure as you thought it would. And you'll be tended to. You'll be tended to, definitely. This has been an incredible time period with Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. This has been an incredible time period of financial, resourceful transformation for you, Aquarius. This has been a long transit. This has been a few-year transit, and Neptune has been a long time transit. So this is a huge deal, these two planetary bodies going into your third house. Rebrand loneliness, definitely rebrand that, and rebrand daily life. Work is just so different. Work is so different. Like a dramatization. We become galactic citizens sooner rather than later. And we recognize that there are, infinite intergalactic multidimensional alien species on infinite planets. We finally get the full view of the world. We see that there are planets within our universe, within our solar system that is inhabitable, and money is different, and we're able to travel interdimensionally, multidimensionally, like all of these things. You gonna go to the office? You gonna worry about that? It's a friend's quote that's coming into my brain, which I apologize in advance. It's like, you're gonna worry about the weenus? Weekly estimated net usage statistics. Like, it's just like, are you gonna worry about these things? You're gonna worry about the marketing plan? You're gonna worry about that? Probably not. Probably not. Pisces, don't be scared, honey. I love you. I'm coming. Don't be nervous. You are the baby ancients. And you're saying, yeah, I know what's coming. My soul knows what's coming. My soul knows that there's a lot of change that needs to happen for people to see the world the way that it is meant to be seen. Worry about your purpose. Worry about your role in this. Your family is all I want you to worry about right now. Literally. Your family, you and yours, and that's it. Dude, that's literally it. Don't worry about any other inner planets. Don't worry about any of that. This is cultural family roots, the roots of the tree of your life down here, right down here. This is the fourth house, home, my pocket of the world. Safety is key. I want you buying a second house if you have the capacity for it, Pisces. I want you having They're saying like safe house for your friends and family, a holiday house, being able to move between those two homes. That's it. That's it. That's it. You're coming into your money. You're coming into your finances. The North Node in Aries. This is you, not shared possessions. You don't have to worry about the rest of the world. Remember, if someone needs you, they will ask you for what they need. That's it. If they need something from you, you are so loving and giving and generous. You'll put something together for them. You'll take care of them. It's so lovely and beautiful and powerful. But you don't have to worry about the whole world. You just have to worry about yourself, your family, your home, your team, your flock. And that's your entire family line. Check your 10th house. What planets do you have in Sagittarius up here? Because that's in opposition, just like a full moon, or when the sun and the moon are in opposition. So that's big highlighting energy. So look at that. You do have a big role in this new world, and you know it because you can see it. Yeah, there's not so much work that you're going to have to worry about doing. It's, I want you to lay down the foundation for your new home now so that when, June 2025 comes, you can just enjoy it and make babies and just have fun making babies. Holidays, vacations, like this is big stuff. And it's like I'm seeing you like 6 and 6 in maybe, and then like renting out the other house while you're not there. Like this is just, your foundations and your home makes money for you, Pisces. That's really cool. Investing in property right now could be really, really huge for you. I'm asking my guides if there's anything else. So I never do this, but they want me to go back to standard and just kind of give like a final message to everyone. This time period, and the more that we step into our own sovereignty and our own divinity, helps everyone. You are a part of everyone. You are a part of the one unity consciousness and must all learn to integrate peace within you. It starts with you. It starts inside. Let the flower of life birth from within you and become the sacred geometry of the earth that you were born to be. A lot of you are scared, and we wish for you to know how loved and protected and safe you are. There is never a planet that is happening to you. You chose to be here, knowing when you would come in and when you would leave. It is up to no one but yourselves how this happens. The longer you take, the longer the world is in chaos. The sooner you choose peace and to listen to what you are meant to do, the sooner every person on the planet is inspired to do the same. The deeper inside you go, the more efficient the awakening, the ascension comes. Be in peace. Be in love. When something comes up, face it immediately and let it fall away like sand in your hand. Let it crumble. Let it fall to pieces. Build from the inside your new home, your new world. There is space for all of you. Choose love, choose peace, and reverence as often as you can. They are another you. We love you. I love you.